Bai Yifan is straight up walking away like he just dropped the mic, completely unbothered. Meanwhile, Lan Xiner. Yeah, she's on the floor looking like her whole world just crumbled. She's gripping the ground like she's trying to physically hold on to the last shreds of her dignity. The crowd is just standing there frozen, either whispering about the absolute L she just took, or too scared to react. The lighting? All bright and glorious around Bai Yifan, while Lan Xiner is sitting in the metaphorical and literal shadows. This is peak villain energy from him. Enter Lin Yunkai, sprinting in like a man who just realized his entire reputation is tied to someone who got absolutely wrecked. His face? Panic mode. He's shoving through the crowd like a man on a mission while everyone around him is either gasping or getting out of his way. There are literal speed lines showing how hard he's moving. He looks dramatic AF, golden robes flowing. But honestly, he's looking kinda desperate. Lin Yunkai is now on his knees, grabbing Lan Xiner's shoulders, basically begging her to snap out of it. Dude looks like he's in a whole drama arc. But Lan Xiner? She's just frozen. Like her brain is buffering. The sheer contrast between his urgency and her dead inside expression makes this scene chef's kiss dramatic. Background? Blurred. Because right now, it's all about them. Oh no. You can see the exact moment Lan Xiner's brain switches from, "I'm so embarrassed," to, "Nah, I'm about to ruin this man's whole career." Her tears are still there, but now they're rage tears. The lighting gets a little darker, her face gets some shady shadows, and her clenched fists tell you she's mentally plotting something evil. Lin Yunkai, still clueless, is over here just worried about her, not realizing the revenge arc just got unlocked. Lan Xiner's face is dead serious, like she's completely done playing games. She's looking straight at Lin Yunkai and declaring her next move with full conviction. Bai Yifan has to suffer. And not just any kind of suffering. She's out here saying his life needs to be worse than death. She's in full revenge mode, and the intensity in her expression shows she means it. Lin Yunkai, still piecing things together, clarifies, "Wait, Bai Yifan did this?" He looks like he needs a second to fully process the situation. Meanwhile, Lan Xiner, still fuming, confirms it without hesitation. Yep. Bai Yifan was the one who publicly humiliated her. The way she says it, you can tell it's not just anger, it's personal. Lin Yunkai's expression shifts. Oh, now things are adding up for him. He drops another bombshell. Bai Yifan isn't just out here disrespecting people. He's also the one who snatched the mountain-moving technique and the heavenly ascension from them at the auction a month ago. This isn't just about Lan Xiner's humiliation anymore. This guy has been ruining their plans for a while now. Lan Xiner is straight up shocked. Like, her mind is racing trying to connect the dots. She knew Bai Yifan was a problem. But this? She looks like she can't believe that he was the one pulling the strings this whole time. It's one thing to get publicly embarrassed. But now she's realizing she's been losing to him for longer than she thought. And then Lin Yunkai delivers the final hit. He tells Lan Xiner that Bai Yifan also intercepted their plans. As in, every move they've made, he's been one step ahead the whole time. It's not just random bad luck. This dude has been actively working against them. You can feel the frustration brewing in this moment. Lan Xiner just got played, and now she knows it. Lin Yunkai is standing there, looking all serious while explaining to someone, probably Lan Xiner, that he sent his men to track Bai Yifan down. Plot twist? Bai Yifan pulled some sneaky moves and straight up vanished. He's been completely off the grid since then, leaving Lin Yunkai's squad with 0 leads. Basically, this dude is a ghost now. One of Lin Yunkai's subordinates is kneeling in front of him, looking all defeated while explaining why they failed. He admits that Bai Yifan is crazy skilled in stealth techniques and completely outplayed them. No matter what they did, they couldn't even get close to catching him. Basically, Bai Yifan just speedran his escape arc and left them all looking clueless. Lan Xiner is pissed. She's clutching her chin, deep in thought, but her expression is full of urgency. She realizes this is bigger than just her personal grudge now. If Bai Yifan is this much of a problem, she can't handle this alone. She needs backup. She makes up her mind on the spot. She has to inform her father immediately about this whole situation before things get worse. We're in a different part of town now, small district. The panel shows a calm, normal-looking residential area, setting the vibe for a more low-key scene after all the chaos. It's probably Bai Yifan's hideout, meaning he's been laying low here. Bai Yifan is big chillin' in bed, looking comfy and unbothered. He's stretching out, enjoying the luxury of sleeping in his own space after whatever madness he's been dealing with. Dude's got that finally peace energy going on. Now he's getting serious. He's got a book in front of him and he's reflecting on the floating blossom steps, a technique he just got yesterday. The crazy part? It has 108 different variations, meaning it's super complex. Normally it would take a long time to master, but Bai Yifan flexes his insane skills. He mastered all 108 variations in just one night. He casually explains that by applying laws of the earth, he simplified the whole thing and just absorbed all that knowledge instantly. Yeah, this guy is built different. Bai Yifan is hyping himself up, realizing that with the Shadowfish's strength and the floating blossom steps' speed, he's low-key cracked in combat now. Even if he ran into a top-tier blood transfusion realm martial artist, he wouldn't just get folded immediately. He could actually hold his own. Basically, he's leveling up fast. He decides it's time to go outside and get some more cultivation resources. His plan is simple. Hit the store, buy some power-ups, and head back. Just a casual OP protagonist routine. Dude's walking out of his room, looking relaxed but focused. He's about to step into the outside world, which means something's probably gonna go down. He reaches for the door and unlocks it with a solid click. Super normal moment. But the fact that it's framed like this? Yeah. Something's definitely coming. Boom, interruption. As soon as he opens the door, the landlady, Guo Yao, is standing there looking a little annoyed. She's calling him out for ignoring her messages and not answering the door earlier. This lady's got questions, and Bai Yifan might not be ready for whatever she's about to say. Bai Yifan is standing there, looking kinda awkward as he recognizes the person in front of him. Sister Guo. He's got that "oh crap, I messed up" energy, and you can already tell he's about to start scrambling for excuses. Bai Yifan tries to play it off, saying he was asleep and didn't hear her knocking. His face is tense, probably realizing this excuse is weak. Bro is sweating, and we all know why. Oh, there it is, the real reason for the visit. Yifan suddenly remembers it's rent day. And yeah, he completely forgot. He tries to justify it by saying he was busy cultivating. But we all know this man is just broke right now. He's panicking internally while trying to act casual. Sister Guo is not buying any of it. She's straight up glaring at him, radiating that, "I'm not playing games" energy. She reminds him that he promised to pay up by the end of the month, and now she's demanding the money. The background goes full dark aura mode, meaning she's about to unleash landlord rage. Bai Yifan? He's shook. Dude is literally frozen in fear because he knows he's got nothing to give her. Bai Yifan is in full desperation mode, practically groveling in front of Sister Guo. He's handing over whatever little money he has, trying to stall for time. He's promising he'll pay the rest later, but let's be real. This dude is struggling. Sister Guo is just standing there, watching him fumble for his financial life. Sister Guo is not having it. She straight up calls him out, asking how the hell he can afford to cultivate, eat, and survive, but still can't manage to pay rent. She's basically saying, "You out here living your best life, but where's my money?" She's got her hands on her hips, giving big landlord energy, while Bai Yifan just stands there, looking awkward. Bai Yifan is out here sweating bullets, but he tries to laugh it off. You can literally see the guilt on his face. He explains that he's busy cultivating in another world during the day and can only hustle for cash at night. Basically, his double life is the reason he's broke 24/7. He's trying to justify why he can't earn more, but Sister Guo doesn't look impressed. Plot twist. Instead of getting even more pissed, Sister Guo actually hands him money. Bai Yifan is shook. He wasn't expecting this at all. His face is full-on shocked Pikachu mode. Sister Guo just says, "Take it," like she's helping out a lost cause. The lighting makes this feel like some god-tier blessing moment, but it's really just rent assistance. Sister Guo is done with Bai Yifan's broke lifestyle and straight up hands him some cash. She's like, "How are you even surviving on just 200 yen? Clearly, she knows this man is living on struggle mode. Her face is serious but concerned, basically saying, "Here, take it, but you better pay me back next month." Bai Yifan, on the other hand, looks low-key guilty but takes the money anyway. Bai Yifan gives Sister Guo a sincere thank you, appreciating the financial lifeline. His expression is calm and grateful, like he knows he owes her big time. He's still holding the cash, probably thinking about how he's gonna stretch it to survive. The lighting here is soft and warm, making it feel like a rare, wholesome moment. The scene shifts to an open sky shot, signaling a transition. It's like a quick breath before the grind starts again. Boom. Real-life responsibilities hit. A delivery guy on a scooter speeds into the scene, probably rushing to finish orders. His phone notification tells him he has an order pending with only 40 minutes left. You can feel the urgency. The background shows an urban residential area, setting up the modern world environment. The delivery guy is deep in thought while speeding through his shift. He's frustrated, reflecting on how in the other world, he's chilling, rich, and powerful. But the second he's back on Earth, reality slaps him hard. He's broke again. His face is serious and annoyed, basically thinking, why do I have to struggle here when I got everything over there? A suspicious flyer is pinned on a pole. It's a crazy rich lady looking for a son, offering a huge payout. The ad is basically saying, if you look like my deceased kid, I'll pay you big. Sounds sketchy, but in Ifan's situation, might be worth considering. Bai Yifan's brain is spiraling as he seriously considers whether scamming a rich woman for a fake insurance payout would be morally okay. He's literally debating if this is a crime or just survival instincts kicking in. His delivery bag buzzes, snapping him out of his questionable thoughts. Reality check. He still has work to do. The delivery guy picks up a call from his dad, asking why he's calling. He's still on the move, still hustling. But now he's got to deal with family drama too. The delivery guy, Xiaofan real-world name, is talking to a stressed-out man who's literally holding his head in despair. This guy is broke or in some serious trouble, and Xiaofan is basically reminding him that he still owes money. The lighting is dramatic, giving the whole scene that times are tough energy. Xiaofan turns around and walks away, leaving the man slumped over in misery. This is some peak debt collector behavior. The hallway is dimly lit, and Xiaofan's back is straight, moving with purpose, while the other guy just sits there drenched in regret. The man left behind watches Xiaofan walk away, calling his name with a deep sigh. The long pause in his words shows that he's got a lot of emotions running through his head. Maybe guilt, frustration, or just straight-up helplessness. The scene is moody and heavy, hinting that there's some serious backstory or past connection between them. Bai Yifan is walking through the city alone, hands in his pockets, deep in thought. He's not in a rush, just casually strolling, but you can tell he's thinking about something heavy. The lighting around him is dramatic, with the bright glow of the city behind him and shadows creeping in from the sides. The contrast makes him look like a man on a mission, or someone about to get into some mess. Close-up shot of Bai Yifan's face. He lets out a sigh, looking slightly drained but composed. His thoughts are basically on that life's unfair grind, like he's been dealing with a lot and is over it. The mood here? Reflective, but also kinda bitter. Suddenly, a shout cuts through the air. Someone yells, "Let go of me!" Bai Yifan's ears perk up, and he instinctively turns his head, checking out what's happening. His expression shifts from calm to slightly alert, like he wasn't expecting drama, but now he's curious. The background blurs, emphasizing that something just grabbed his attention. Okay, things just went from chill to chaos real fast. A girl in a blue dress is struggling while surrounded by a bunch of shady dudes. She's shouting, telling them to let go, but they are grabbing at her like they don't care. The alley is dimly lit, giving off a super sketchy, dangerous vibe. It's clear she's trying to escape, but there's too many of them. She tries to break free, but the goons are already closing in. One of them literally says, "Catch her," which means they definitely planned this out. Meanwhile, a few of them are already on the ground, knocked out, meaning she's been fighting back hard. But with this many guys, things aren't looking great for her. One of the thugs gets a good grip on her arm, and now she's completely restrained. She's furious and still resisting, but the guy holding her is taunting her, basically saying she better cooperate unless she wants to get hurt. The way they're surrounding her looks super menacing. She's in a really bad spot. And boom, just as things are about to go south, a loud "Stop it" cuts through the air. Bai Yifan enters the scene like a freaking superhero, smashing into one of the thugs. The speed lines make it look like he came in fast and hard. One of the thugs turns his head, completely caught off guard. They were not expecting someone to interfere. Bai Yifan doesn't waste a second. He charges in, landing a brutal flying kick straight into one of the goons' chest. The impact is crazy strong, sending the guy flying backward. The motion lines and dramatic bang make it clear this hit hurt. The thug is midair, already regretting his life choices. The girl in the blue dress, most likely the one being attacked earlier, turns her head, startled. Her expression is a mix of shock and confusion. She was struggling just moments ago, but now someone is actually stepping in to help her. It's like she wasn't expecting a rescue at all. The soft glow on her face makes her look fragile and vulnerable, adding to the tension of the moment. Bai Yifan keeps the momentum going and lands another devastating hit, this time right into the gut of another thug. The guy basically folds in half from the sheer force of the kick. The blue energy effect emphasizes the power behind the attack, making it super cinematic. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan calls out the goons for ganging up on a girl, making it clear that he isn't about to let this slide. One of the thugs just got his leg absolutely wrecked. There's a loud crack sound effect, and he's screaming in pain, grabbing his leg like he just lost a limb. The motion lines and impact effects make it look brutal. This dude is definitely out of the fight. The remaining goons realize this isn't going well and immediately switch tactics. One of them yells for his brothers to gang up on Bai Yifan and take him down. He looks super angry, but there's also a little bit of panic in his expression, like he knows things are spiraling out of control. Meanwhile, he's internally wondering why more people keep showing up to fight them. One of the thugs lunges at Bai Yifan, going in for a heavy attack. The dude is throwing everything he's got, yelling that Bai Yifan should just go to hell. But Bai Yifan, he's completely unfazed. He's watching the attack come at him with full confidence, already knowing how this is going to play out. His expression is calm but deadly. And just like that, Bai Yifan effortlessly counters. He lands a clean, precise hit right to the thug's face, sending him flying backward. There's a solid crack sound effect, showing how hard the impact was. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan is internally monologuing about how his cultivation power isn't fully transferred to this world. But even so, he's still way stronger than these guys. Basically, he's handling them with half power and still dominating. One of the thugs gets absolutely rocked. Bai Yifan lands a devastating punch right to his chest, sending shockwaves through his entire body. The guy screams in pain, and there's this bright impact effect that makes it look like his soul just left his body. Bai Yifan, meanwhile, is calm and collected, like this is just a warm-up for him. Bai Yifan internally reflects on his training and cultivation, saying that all the time he spent honing his body has led to muscle memory. Meaning, even if he isn't at full power in this world, his body still moves like it was trained in his peak form. Basically, his combat instincts are still OP. Bai Yifan showcases insane speed, dodging and weaving through the remaining thugs like he's in an action movie. The background is fully blurred because he's moving way too fast for them to react. He's thinking about how both his agility and his ability to take hits have leveled up significantly. Another thug catches a brutal punch. Bai Yifan lunges forward, landing a clean hit to his chest, and the guy flies backward screaming. The impact is so hard that his body bends unnaturally. Bai Yifan doesn't even look like he's breaking a sweat. He's just flexing his strength at this point. Bai Yifan is midair, dodging and weaving through attacks like a pro. He's straight up flexing at this point, taunting his opponents for being too slow, while effortlessly avoiding their strikes. The dude is on another level, and the speed effects in the background make it clear that he's untouchable. The goons are struggling. One of them is getting absolutely wrecked while the others are stumbling around, unable to keep up. They're yelling in pain as Bai Yifan moves like a blur, hitting them before they can even react. Their formation? Completely falling apart. Bai Yifan lands a devastating hit, sending another thug flying. The poor guy is spinning midair, arms flailing, completely helpless. The attack is so powerful that the impact effect makes it seem like the air itself is splitting apart. The remaining thugs? They're just watching in horror. One of the last goons left standing has a full existential crisis. He's looking at the pile of beaten bodies and realizing that Bai Yifan has single-handedly taken out 7 trained fighters in under 3 minutes. He's freaking out, questioning what kind of monster-level combat skills he's dealing with. Moral of the story? They messed with the wrong dude. Bai Yifan pops up out of nowhere, standing face-to-face with the last remaining thug. His hand is already raised, and he's looking dead serious. The thug? Absolutely terrified. He didn't even see him move. The dude's brain is lagging, trying to process how Bai Yifan got in front of him so fast. The thug is still confused, realizing too late that Bai Yifan is about to drop him. He's freaking out, but before he can react, Bam! Bai Yifan unleashes a brutal punch right into his face. The force is so insane that the dude's head snaps back, and shockwaves are coming off the impact. The thug is completely done for. His eyes roll back, his mouth is wide open, and you can practically hear his soul leaving his body. He's not even fighting back anymore. He knows he messed up big time. The final thought running through his head? Yeah, this guy's on a whole other level. I stood no chance. Bai Yifan is standing there like a final boss, surrounded by this crazy purple aura. The last thug, completely shook, is realizing this fight was a lost cause from the start. The pressure around Bai Yifan is intense, giving off this I am him energy. The guy is basically having an existential crisis, fully accepting that he never had a chance. The scene zooms out to show all the thugs on the ground, wrecked. Some are groaning, some aren't even moving. The girl that was being attacked? Completely fine. She's staring at the aftermath, probably processing how one guy just soloed an entire squad like it was nothing. Bai Yifan, now totally chill, turns to the girl and casually tells her to go home. He's basically saying, "You're safe now, but don't get caught up in stuff like this again." The girl, still in shock, is hesitant but clearly grateful. The girl, still shaken but relieved, thanks Bai Yifan for saving her. She's trying to pull herself together after all that chaos. But instead of just walking away, she hesitates. She's clearly still feeling uneasy. She asks Bai Yifan if he can take her home. You can tell she's low-key embarrassed about asking, but she clearly doesn't feel safe on her own. Meanwhile, Yifan is sitting there casually, bandaging his hand like he didn't just wipe out a whole gang a few moments ago. Bai Yifan politely declines. He's grinding hard IRL. Dude's gotta deliver food, or his pay gets docked. Even though he just flexed his insane combat skills, he's still out here struggling with normal life problems. Yifan offers to call the cops for her instead, which is honestly a pretty reasonable response. He's busy. She's safe now, and he's not about to risk his paycheck over a random rich girl's request. The girl drops a bombshell. She straight up offers him 1 million if he takes her home. The desperation is real. She's not just scared. She's willing to throw money at the problem just to feel safe. Yifan is about to have some serious internal debates. Bai Yifan immediately folds and accepts the offer. 1 million just to walk someone home? Yeah, he's not passing that up. He asks her where she lives, probably expecting a nice place, but nothing too crazy. The panel shifts to nighttime scenery, giving a transition vibe, meaning they're on their way to her house. Nothing suspicious yet, just a peaceful sky and a quiet moment before the next scene. Plot twist. She's rich. Bai Yifan pulls up to the Tang family villa, and it's massive. Dude was probably expecting an upscale apartment or a fancy condo, but this is straight-up billionaire territory. He's about to realize this girl isn't just some random damsel in distress. She's from a powerful family. They step inside, and Chen Yu, the girl, tells Yifan to wait, while she lets her family know she's safe. She's being polite and responsible about it, which makes sense given the situation. Yifan casually agrees, but you can bet he's thinking, damn, what did I just step into? Chen Yu and Bai Yifan just stepped inside, and things are already heated. Someone, probably a family member, is yelling at the staff, demanding to know what they were doing. Yifan's just standing there, probably confused but low-key sensing drama unfolding. Enter the eldest young lady, and she is pissed. She's got that boss energy, walking in like she owns the place, because she probably does. She straight up threatens the staff, saying that if anything happens to Wrong, most likely Chen Yu, they might as well off themselves. Yeah, she's not playing around. The staff is sweating bullets, immediately bowing and apologizing. They promise to find the second young lady, aka Chen Yu, which means she was missing, and they dropped the ball hard. They're terrified because they know the consequences of failure here ain't light. The eldest sister hears Wrong, and immediately whips her head around in shock. Exclamation marks flying, eyes wide open. Yeah, she was not expecting this. It's giving, wait, is that really her? Energy. Chen Yu is standing there all proud and carefree, like she just made it back from some casual outing instead of escaping a near-traumatic experience. Bai Yifan, her accidental bodyguard, is standing behind her, looking like he's introducing himself to the family. He's keeping it cool, but he knows he just walked into a rich people's reunion. Chen Yu, full of energy, announces her return like she just got home from a vacation. Meanwhile, her sister is already rushing toward her, half emotional, half in disbelief. Boom! Full-on dramatic sibling hug. Chen Yu throws herself at her sister, all emotional and promising she won't run off again. The eldest sister, still in shock, just holds on to her, relieved she's back safe. This is peak wholesome family moment, even though, let's be real, some chaos is probably about to pop off. Chen Yu is having her wholesome sibling moment, hugging her older sister after all the chaos. The older sister is comforting her, telling her it's okay and that she's a good girl for coming back. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan is standing there, watching like he's observing a side quest he just completed. The setting is straight up luxurious, giving off rich people energy. Bai Yifan, Chen Yu, and her eldest sister are sitting in this fancy living room that looks straight out of a royal palace. The eldest sister, being all composed and elegant, thanks Bai Yifan for saving Chen Yu's life. She's clearly aware of the whole situation and making sure he knows it. Big Sis keeps the gratitude going and straight up offers to throw a whole banquet for Bai Yifan. That's rich people talk for, we must flex our wealth and show appreciation. She's casually sipping her tea, looking graceful, but also totally serious about it. Bai Yifan, completely unbothered, he waves it off like, nah, don't worry about it, I'm good. But then he casually brings up the real reason he's here, reminding them that Chen Yu promised 1 million as a reward. Basically, forget the banquet, let's talk money. Eldest sister's vibe instantly switches from composed to, excuse me. She's shocked AF that her little sister straight up promised 1 million as a reward. Her expression, priceless. It's giving, wait, she said what? Bai Yifan's just like, yeah, forget I even mentioned the money. He knows how rich people operate, and he's not trying to push it too hard. Meanwhile, the eldest sister activates her boss mode, her eyes literally glowing red, basically telling him, oh, you think you can just take it back? Chen Yu jumps in, pleading for her life because her sister's grip is on another level. She's being squeezed so tight that she's crying out from the pain. The eldest sister? Still not letting go. It's clear she takes no nonsense, especially when her little sis casually throws around $1 million like pocket change. The eldest sister slaps a check on the table like a real businesswoman. She tells Bai Yifan to take the money, no hesitation. This isn't just rich energy, this is old money energy. Bai Yifan sees the check and then realizes who he's dealing with. He connects the dots, this isn't just some random rich family, this is the Tang family. You can see the light bulb moment on his face like, oh, so you guys are that powerful. Big Sis confirms it. Yes, they are the real deal. But to her, money doesn't even matter when it comes to her sister's safety. She's straight up telling Bai Yifan, this is nothing compared to what we'd spend for her. And on top of that, she owes him a favor. Bai Yifan switches to serious mode and tells the eldest sister that he has a favor to ask. He's keeping it vague, but from his intense expression, it's clearly important. Meanwhile, Big Sis looks a little surprised, like, huh? This dude's making requests now? She wasn't expecting this turn of events. Fast forward 3 days later, and now we're at Hang City Hospital. The scene shifts completely, new location unlocked. The transition hints that whatever Bai Yifan requested, it must have been serious enough to bring them here. Now we see Bai Yifan and the eldest sister walking through the hospital's upper floor, looking calm but focused. She reassures him that everything is taken care of, meaning she already handled all the necessary arrangements. This just proves how much power and influence she has. If she says it's done, it's done. We're inside the operating room, and it's giving high-stakes drama. 5 elite surgeons from both the country and abroad have been specially invited to perform a critical procedure. The room is dimly lit, except for the surgical lights, adding to the serious atmosphere. Bai Yifan and the eldest sister are watching from the side, looking dead serious. You can tell this surgery is a big deal. The eldest sister drops a reassuring bombshell. She believes Bai Yifan's mother will recover soon. This isn't just hopeful talk. She's clearly got the best medical team money can buy working on it. The lighting here softens, emphasizing that this moment is a ray of hope, after what was probably a long, tough battle for Bai Yifan. Bai Yifan's father sits beside his mother's bedside, gently holding her hand. He reassures her that soon, she'll be completely fine. His expression is soft, but you can feel how much this means to him. This is a rare vulnerable moment from him, proving that despite all the power moves, he's still just a husband worried about his wife. Switch to the eldest sister's perspective, and things get even more personal. She opens up about her own past, revealing that she and Chen Yu lost their parents when they were young. That's why she's so overprotective. This little backstory drop explains why she's such a powerhouse. She had to step up and take care of everything on her own. She ends with a firm declaration. No matter what, she will never let anything happen to Chen Yu. The camera angle shifts to make her look powerful and determined, reinforcing that she's not just a caring sister. She's someone who will go to extreme lengths to protect her family. Bai Yifan is looking all grateful and polite, thanking Sister Tang for all the help she's given him. He's in peak respectful mode, and you can tell he's genuinely appreciative. At the same time, he makes it clear, if she ever needs anything in return, he's got her back. Classic I owe you one moment. Sister Tang, on the other hand, flips the script. She's not interested in favors later. She's got something she wants help with now. And from her expression, it's something serious. Plot twist incoming. She straight up asks Bai Yifan to train her Tang family bodyguards. Yeah, not just any help. She wants this man to turn her security team into absolute warriors. The camera zooms out to show a whole lineup of bodyguards, standing in perfect formation like they're about to enter boot camp. And then... chaos. The bodyguards are straight up begging Bai Yifan to teach them his OP fighting skills. They've clearly seen him wreck people effortlessly, and now they want in on that action. They're looking at him like he's the ultimate master, and honestly, it's kinda hilarious. Bai Yifan is standing there like, wait, you guys want me to train you? The pure confusion on his face is gold. He wasn't expecting to go from casual gratitude to drill sergeant mode in 5 seconds. But here we are. Sister Tang is dropping the tea on what really happened. She investigated the attackers who went after Rong and found out that they were hired by one of their own business rivals. Basically, this was a calculated move to mess with the Tang family group. Corporate sabotage, but with a side of kidnapping. But here's the crazy part. Those same thugs, they got wrecked so badly that they're still in the hospital, unable to recover. And it's not just their bodies. They're mentally broken from the fight. The panel zooms in on the hospital beds lined up like a war zone with these once tough guys completely out of commission. Bai Yifan really did a number on them. Sister Tang, still processing how wild this is, turns to Bai Yifan and asks if he can train their personnel. She doesn't know what kind of hacks he used to obliterate those guys. But she wants her people to level up so they don't end up like the pathetic goons in the hospital. Bai Yifan is just grinning, like this is light work for him. He can tell that Sister Tang is serious, but he's also amused by how persistent she is. He's thinking, oh? She really wants her people to get stronger, huh? Sister Tang seals the deal. She won't take up too much of his time and says half a month of training will do. Plus, she's ready to pay big. She's literally offering him a blank check, telling him to name his price. That's how desperate she is to get her team on Bai Yifan's level. Bai Yifan is side-eyeing hard, looking at Sister Tang like, you really out here doing all this for business, huh? He's internally thinking that she's way too calculated, and she didn't even give him a reason to refuse. It's like she knew exactly how to push him into saying yes. Bai Yifan finally agrees to train her people, but he's keeping it real. No guarantees that it'll work out perfectly. He's basically saying, I'll do my best, but if they flop, that's on them. Sister Tang, however, is 100% confident, saying she'll set everything up for the training. Sister Tang is walking off showing her gyat, feeling completely satisfied, while Bai Yifan watches her go, probably wondering how he even got roped into this. She mentions how this arrangement will give her time to be with her mother, meaning she's handling business but also making time for family. A true CEO move. As she walks away, she makes it clear. Once Bai Yifan does this, they're even. No more debts, no more favors. She's making sure that he knows this is strictly business and not some long-term deal. Boom, cut to the training grounds. Bai Yifan is already putting the bodyguards to work. He's breaking down combat techniques, telling them how to counter a punch properly. Meanwhile, one of the trainees is talking about how they've been working at the Tang Family Training Center for half a month. Bai Yifan's mom is still processing everything, asking where she is as she blinks away the fog. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan's dad calmly explains that her surgery went well and that the doctors did a great job. The whole moment is soft and emotional, giving off a "you're safe now" vibe. Bai Yifan's dad reassures her even more, letting her know that there's enough money to cover her recovery. He's basically saying, no more stress, just focus on getting better. His mom, still in shock, just nods and processes everything quietly. Bai Yifan, on the other hand, is completely wiped. He leans back on a couch, letting out a deep sigh, looking like someone who just carried the whole squad in a ranked match. He's been handling problem after problem, and now he finally gets a second to breathe. But of course, no rest for the overpowered. Bai Yifan activates his artifact, which starts glowing ominously, like some next-level RPG item. His expression shifts from relaxed to focused. He's about to return to the other world and handle business there. Bai Yifan appears in his cultivation outfit, walking confidently through a peaceful green landscape. He's narrating about how he's been busy training for the past month and now finally returning to his family village. He looks relaxed and at ease, probably expecting a warm welcome or at least some normalcy. Cue the emotional damage. Bai Yifan's face shifts to absolute shock. His eyes are wide open, pupils shaking. Yeah, he just witnessed something horrible. Whatever he was expecting is definitely not what he found. The burnt and broken village sign says it all. His family village has been destroyed. The charred wood, the ashes still smoldering. This isn't just an old attack, it happened recently. You can feel the horror sinking in. The entire village is engulfed in flames, the words "hell on earth" appearing dramatically. Houses are collapsing, fire crackling, and the sheer devastation is clear. Bai Yifan just walked straight into a nightmare. Bai Yifan is standing in the middle of absolute chaos. His family village is burning, flames licking at the ruins around him. His expression is frozen in disbelief, his eyes wide and mouth slightly open. It's giving "this can't be real" vibes. The orange glow of the fire makes everything look even more dramatic, casting long shadows on his face and highlighting the destruction behind him. Bai Yifan is shouting out names, desperately looking for familiar faces in the middle of the burning ruins. His voice is full of urgency and worry. He's clearly hoping that someone, anyone, survived this destruction. The fire is still raging, smoke fills the air, and everything looks like a battlefield after the enemy left. Bai Yifan suddenly notices something. His eyes widen. His expression shifts from desperate to alert. There's movement ahead, and it's not just random survivors. This is something different. Enter Miss Nolan. She's escorted by several people, stepping through the destruction like she owns the place. Her outfit? Battle-ready. Her expression? Unshaken. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan is still processing what's going on. He just saw someone familiar in the middle of his ruined home. One of the burnt buildings leads to an underground hideout, filled with big, tough-looking mercenaries. These guys don't look like your usual villagers. They're definitely fighters, maybe even enemies. The scene gives off a "this was planned" kind of vibe, like something way bigger is going on behind the scenes. A chaotic medical scene unfolds inside the hideout. Injured fighters are getting patched up, but the pain is real. One guy, still heavily bandaged, is wincing hard as he struggles to move. The atmosphere? Tense. These aren't just some random people. They've been through something serious. One of the injured lets out a painful cry, begging his brother to be gentle while treating him. The makeshift bandages and bruises show that these fighters are barely holding it together. There's guilt, frustration, and a whole lot of suffering in the room. A loud noise disrupts everything. Heads turn as someone enters dramatically. The big muscular guy, probably in charge, looks up, clearly not in the mood for more surprises. His expression? Annoyed and slightly on guard. Bai Yifan strides into the room with authority, calling out to Uncle Tai and Uncle Yan. He's rolling in like a main character, bringing Miss Nalan along. Inside, everyone freezes. His return is the last thing they expected. The room is dead silent for a moment. Someone stares at him and hesitantly says, "Yifan?" As if they're seeing a ghost. It's that kind of moment where hope and doubt clash at the same time. Then, the realization hits like a wave. A voice erupts in excitement. "It's Yifan! Yifan is back!" The injured fighters, despite their wounds, look like they just got a second wind of energy. The mood shifts, from disbelief to full-on emotional. Yifan walks up to Uncle Tai, relieved to see they're still alive. His usual confident demeanor softens as he says, Uncle Tai, it's really good to see that you guys are okay. But something feels off. Boom! Reality hits hard. Uncle Tai turns, and his right arm is missing. The moment Ifan realizes this, his face drops in complete shock. "Ah, this!" he blurts out, as if his brain is still struggling to catch up with what he's seeing. Uncle Tai stands there, missing a limb, and the weight of whatever happened to them crashes down on Ifan all at once. Bai Ifan is still in shock, staring at Uncle Tai's missing right hand. His voice is hesitant, almost disbelieving. "Uncle Tai, your right hand." The reality of the situation is sinking in hard. Ifan turns his gaze to the rest of the people in the room, and what he sees makes his stomach drop. It's not just Uncle Tai. The whole squad looks wrecked. Bandages, wounds, pain everywhere. His words trail off as he realizes everyone suffered. Uncle Tai, unbothered. This man straight up says, "It's okay, it's just a severed hand." Like, excuse me? A whole hand. But instead of self-pity, he focuses on the bright side. At least his people are still alive. The resilience is next level, but Ifan isn't done processing yet. His eyes widen in panic. There's one person missing. Wait, where's Ruo Ruo? Why don't I see her anywhere? That's when it hits. This isn't over yet. The tension is through the roof. Two men stand in front of Bai Ifan, clearly hesitant to speak. They got that bad news energy, avoiding eye contact like they're about to drop something devastating. Ifan is standing there, probably thinking, just say it already. And then, boom! Enter Ruo Ruo. Except she's wrapped up like a freaking mummy. Bandages from head to toe, only her eyes peeking out. She barely moves, and just from her posture you already know. She's been through hell. Ruo Ruo lets out a weak, "It hurts." And damn, that one line hits like a truck. The girl is suffering, and it's clear whatever happened to her was beyond brutal. This is not just a simple injury. This was torture. An old man, probably the village healer, steps in. He's calm, but you can feel the sadness. He's telling Ruo Ruo they need to clean her wounds, but let's be real, it's going to be painful as hell. Even so, he's trying to keep her at ease. Ruo Ruo, barely hanging on, just whispers "okay" in the weakest voice. But then, we see the real horror. The bandages are being removed, and underneath, pure carnage. Her skin is torn up, bloody, a nightmare to look at. Whatever she went through, it wasn't just a beating, it was a full-on torment session. Ruo Ruo catches a glimpse of herself in the water's reflection, and the horror hits instantly. Her wide, panicked eyes say it all. This isn't just a few battle scars, her face is completely unrecognizable. The sheer disbelief, the fear, the feeling of, is this really me? It's like her identity just got ripped away in real time. A mirror moment gone terribly wrong. Full meltdown mode. Ruo Ruo loses it, flinging the medicine water away like it's poison. She's not having it. Her body might be broken, but in this moment, it's her mind that's shattering. Whatever strength she had left, it's all pure emotion now. Rage, grief, despair. The elderly healer tries to calm her down, but good luck with that, because Ruo Ruo is in fight or flight mode, and flight ain't an option. Ruo Ruo is in full despair mode, sobbing in Grandpa Kai's arms. She's completely given up, begging to just be left to die. The scars, the trauma, it's all too much. She sees herself as a monster now, and she doesn't think she can handle living like this. This isn't just physical pain. It's a full-on emotional collapse. Snap. A sudden, loud slap shocks Ruo Ruo back to reality. Someone just hit her with the get-a-grip treatment. Her expression? A mix of pain, shock, and confusion. She wasn't expecting that at all, and for a second it's like the world stopped spinning. Bai Ifan steps in, holding Ruo Ruo like a big bro who's had enough of this breakdown. His expression is firm but caring, like he's telling her, "You're not going anywhere, so you better deal with it." He's not sugarcoating anything. She needs to rest, reset, and get her head straight. No more dramatic exits today. Ruo Ruo, completely wrapped in bandages, looks up at Bai Ifan with tears streaming down her face. She's holding on to him like she just found her lifeline. She's been through absolute hell, and now that he's here, she can finally let out the emotions she's been bottling up. A close-up on Nalan, who's explaining the brutal reality. Ruo Ruo barely survived. The burns were so bad, there's almost no normal skin left on her. Just imagining that level of suffering is enough to make anyone's blood boil. This isn't just an injury, it's a permanent scar on her life. Bai Yifan's rage is hitting max levels. His face is shadowed, his eyes burning with pure fury. You already know someone's about to pay. This isn't just anger, it's a full-on declaration of vengeance. Whoever did this is done. Nalan drops the bomb. The ones behind this? The Lin family. You can see the fire in her eyes, but she's keeping it controlled. For now. Bai Yifan, on the other hand. He's 2 seconds away from unleashing absolute destruction. The City Lord is on his throne, decked out in gold armor like he's about to drop the ultimate flex. He leans forward slightly, radiating that "speak, peasant" attitude, waiting to hear what business is being brought before him. Panel 3. Enter Lin Yunkai, smooth and calculated. This dude isn't just here for small talk. He's got a bag of premium spirit stones and is making it clear that he's willing to invest in the City Lord's favor. The way he presents the stones? Straight up business move. But let's be real, this isn't charity. He wants something in return. The City Lord inspects the loot and is clearly impressed. Man's out here laughing like he just won the lottery. He casually drops Shinner's name, which means this whole interaction is tied to her in some way. Maybe Lin Yunkai is making a play? Maybe he's trying to secure some leverage? Either way, things just got interesting. Lin Yunkai, ever the strategic player, keeps his cool. He knows the deal just landed in his favor, and the City Lord seems pleased with the transaction. Meanwhile, the atmosphere screams political maneuvering, and you just know there's more happening beneath the surface. We're still in the City Lord's mansion, and things are getting tense. The air is thick with authority, and someone's about to pop off. Enter Shinner, and she is not happy. She storms in with major main character energy, calling out the people around her for sucking up to her father instead of actually getting things done. Translation: y'all are wasting time while Bai Yifan is still missing? Do better. Shinner is fuming, but Lin Yunkai is trying to calm her down. You can just feel the secondhand stress radiating off him. He knows causing a scene here is risky. But Shinner? She doesn't care. She's on a mission. Boom. The City Lord finally speaks, and you just know it's bad when the big boss loses his patience. He hits her with the classic parent "stop messing around" line, basically shutting her down in front of everyone. Oof. The City Lord starts explaining why Bai Yifan is not someone you can just capture. The way he describes it? Dude is basically a glitch in the Matrix. Too strong, too unpredictable. Even the City Lord knows rushing this is a bad idea. Shinner, frustrated beyond belief, yells, "Dad!" This is that moment when you realize your parents are not gonna help, and you're left to figure it out yourself. She's emotional, but at this point, it's clear she's gonna take matters into her own hands. The City Lord is done playing games. He's standing there like a full-on villain, casually revealing that he's already ordered the destruction of the entire Mu family village. Like, bro just said, "Yeah, I sent the troops, they're probably dead by now," with zero hesitation. Absolutely savage. He's trying to spin it like a favor, telling Shinner she can consider this an outlet for her rage. Like, imagine someone massacring a whole village and then being like, "Hey, no need to be mad anymore, I did this for you." Gaslighting at a world-class level. But wait, plot twist. When they counted the bodies, some people were missing. Turns out, more than 10 villagers are unaccounted for. Now, he's piecing things together like, wait a minute, did someone actually save them? Spoiler alert. Probably Bai Yifan. The City Lord's rage meter just hit max. He's not taking any chances. He orders a full-blown manhunt. He wants the rest of the Mu family villagers found and pinned down, dead or alive. And Bai Yifan? He's at the top of the hit list. Nalan and Bai Yifan are standing in a beautifully lit hall. But this convo? Far from beautiful. She just finished explaining the absolute nightmare that went down, and Bai Yifan is standing there, probably trying to process how everything went completely sideways while he was away. It's giving my whole world just flipped vibes. Nalan spills the tea. She got the inside scoop from Liu Yun's city that the City Lord was about to send his men to wipe out the Mu family village. She didn't waste time. She sent her own people to try and stop it. But let's be real. If someone needs to rush in to stop a massacre, you already know things are messed up. But bad news incoming. The Lin family was too quick, too ruthless. By the time Nalan's people arrived, it was already over. The village was beyond saving. Translation: they got there just in time to see the aftermath of pure horror. Cue hellfire and screams. The panel shifts to Mu family village in absolute chaos. Houses collapsing, fire devouring everything, people desperately trying to escape. It's straight up apocalyptic. One dude is still giving orders, sending his men to check for survivors. Even in a hopeless situation, they're trying. Absolute chaos still unfolding. One of the rescue guys is hauling a barely alive survivor out of the flames, yelling for help. The clock is ticking, and if they don't move fast, this person's done for. The desperation? Real. A tragic reveal. Ruo was hidden away, but that wasn't enough. Yeah, she dodged instant death, but she still got burned up badly. And why? All because she tried to protect a family heirloom. Sis really risked it all to hold onto a single piece of her family's legacy. Now she's scarred for life. Cut to Nalan, looking totally defeated. For someone who clearly has power, this is the worst feeling ever. She did everything she could, and yet, this was the best outcome. You can feel the guilt. Bai Yifan is taking this personally now. He clasps his hands together, dead serious. This isn't just a thanks, appreciate it moment. This is, I will never forget this, and one day, I will return this favor. You can already tell, he's about to make some moves. Nalan, always one step ahead, is calm but curious. She straight up asks Bai Yifan what his next move is. She knows he's fuming, but is he about to act on impulse? Spoiler. He is. Bai Yifan snaps. Eyes glowing red, background turning blood-drenched, and rage pouring out of him. This is a full-on revenge arc activation moment. No hesitations, no second thoughts. He's out for blood. Nalan instantly shuts it down. Yeah, he's mad. But rushing in alone is basically suicide. She lays down the reality check. The City Lord and Lin family aren't just some random thugs. They're basically mini-bosses, backed by entire factions. Translation? You're strong, but don't get cocky. Meanwhile, in the villain HQ, we get a glimpse of one of the city's biggest threats. Dark aura, raw menace dripping from his stance, and lightning-crackling energy swirling around him. This dude is not someone you rush in to fight without a plan. Bai Yifan might be powering up, but the boss battle waiting for him? Absolutely insane. Nalan keeps the reality check coming. Not only is their enemy OP, but he's packing an arcane weapon too. Translation? This dude's built like a final boss. Bai Yifan taking him on alone? Not happening. Bai Yifan, in full protagonist mode, refuses to back down. Murder isn't his thing, but if someone dares to mess with his people, no mercy. His energy? Main character who just unlocked his revenge arc. Bai Yifan flexes his confidence. Who cares if the enemy is at some ridiculous cultivation stage? He's still convinced he can wipe them out. The guy's got main character audacity. And honestly, respect. But hold up, he's not rushing in just yet. He asks Nalan for a favor and acknowledges that he's got other priorities first. This isn't just blind rage anymore. He's thinking ahead. We're back on Earth. Yup. No more fantasy realm shenanigans for now. Bai Yifan rolls up to Old Medicine Hall, a place that looks straight out of an ancient herbalist drama. Something's up, and it's definitely not just a casual shopping trip. Inside, the shopkeeper starts listing off herbs. All of them are for treating burns. Red flag alert. This dude has clearly noticed something weird, and now he's low-key questioning Bai Yifan. Bro, why do you need so many burn remedies? Bai Yifan instantly shuts that convo down. His face is serious, his arms full of herbs, and his energy? Protective AF. He's not about to let anyone dig into his business, especially when it involves someone he cares about. Bai Yifan is heading out of the shop, probably done with his little secret mission of buying burn medicine. The shopkeeper watches him leave, clearly thinking, this dude is sketchy, but hey, he pays well. Mystery level? Maxed out. Cue cinematic sky transition. The calm before the storm, or maybe just a peaceful moment before the next big thing. Either way, it's giving something's about to happen energy. A plane takes off with a dramatic whoosh. Big travel vibes incoming. Someone's either leaving for good or about to make a major move. Bai Yifan is at the airport, standing near a familiar-looking woman, possibly Bai Yifan's mom. She asks if he wants to board. This could be a chance to leave everything behind, start fresh. But will he take it? Bai Yifan is out here dropping main character energy. He tells his family to take a break, head to the Maldives, and stop worrying about money because he left them a whole bag of cash. Flex much? Basically, he's handling business and doesn't want them stressing. Priorities. Set. His mom and dad are low-key concerned. She's about to say something, but you can tell she's conflicted. She knows he's grown, but letting go is hard. Dad's got that he's a man now mindset. He reassures Mom that Yifan has his own path to walk, and they need to trust him. It's giving proud but low-key emotional parent vibes. Yifan walks away like a protagonist in a final act. You can practically hear the dramatic anime outro music. He's got stuff to handle, and he's not looking back. Bai Yifan is in full main character determination mode. His eyes are glowing with that intense, I gotta get stronger energy. The dramatic shading and close-up make it clear. He's got something serious on his mind. A late-night cityscape shot, with the moon looking down like, damn, why y'all still up? The setting gives that lonely but determined vibe. Bai Yifan is clearly on a different wavelength than everyone else right now. Ping! 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 Someone's phone is blowing up like crazy. The urgency is real. Whoever's on the other end needs a response now. The pink phone tells us this ain't Yifan's, so who's getting all these notifications? Enter Guo Yao, Bai Yifan's landlord. She's looking all comfy at home, rocking that casual late-night look. But those texts got her confused. Like, who's spamming me at this hour? Something's up, and we're about to find out what. Bai Yifan is blowing up the chat with Guo Yao, sending a whole essay worth of messages. Looks like he's got some urgent matters to handle and won't be around. He's also handling his rent in advance, responsible king behavior. The last message has that bittersweet vibe, almost like a thank you and goodbye moment. Guo Yao, holding her phone, looks low-key emotional. She's clearly touched by Bai Yifan's words, realizing she was right to trust him. But also, she's throwing some casual shade about his financial situation. Classic landlord energy. At least she acknowledges he's not going to be struggling too much. Bai Yifan switched scenes and is now deep in ancient medicine mode. He's consulting Dr. Kai about some legendary herbs, probably trying to get a miracle cure. The intensity is real. He's hoping these ancient remedies actually do what they claim. Dr. Kai, in full wise old mentor mode, is hyping up the herbs like they're the holy grail of medicine. He's basically saying, if these don't work, nothing will. Dude's confidence level is at 1000%, so let's hope he's right. Bai Yifan is in serious grind mode. He's reflecting on whether he was fast enough in getting what he needed. Clearly, he thinks he could have done better. His determined energy is off the charts. Whatever mission he's on, he's not playing around. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan is dealing with storage struggles. The ancient ring he's using to carry items has a weight limit, and he's out here trying to make legendary meds fit like he's organizing his inventory in a game. The frustration is real. Imagine carrying priceless herbs but being forced to make Tetris-level decisions on what to take. Dr. Kai, being the wise old guy he is absolutely gushing over these herbs. He's basically saying, bro, you have no idea how valuable this stuff is. At the same time, he's low-key impressed with Bai Yifan's dedication. Dude is moving heaven and earth for his people. Ultimate loyalty unlocked. The squad has officially arrived at their destination, and Miss Nalan is front and center. The big question is in the air. Is the medicine ready? Everyone is looking at Dr. Kai, waiting for him to work his magic. The stakes are high, the tension is real, and Bai Yifan's mission is about to hit its final stage. Bai Yifan is handing over the life-saving medicine, looking all serious and composed. Miss Nalan reassures him like, chill, I got this. The trust here is solid. He's putting everything on the line, and she's stepping up. Ruo, still wrapped in bandages like a human burrito, is staring up at Bai Yifan with a mix of hope and fear. She's asking the million-dollar question, will she ever be the same again? The weight of everything she's been through is hitting hard. Bai Yifan isn't about to let her spiral. He leans in with full big brother energy, dropping a promise, believe in me. And then he hits her with the ultimate motivation. New outfits. The way he's bringing in fashion therapy as a way to cheer her up? Peak wholesome vibes. Rua, still weak but clearly touched, gives a small nod. That little, says it all. She's choosing hope. Bai Yifan just gave her a reason to look forward to the future again. Time skip activated. A quarter hour later, something major just went down. The scene opens up with a shattered ceramic bowl, smashed to bits. Whatever just happened, it was intense. Rua lets out a shocked gasp, and Bai Yifan turns to her immediately. His expression is a mix of confusion and concern, like, what just happened? Something's clearly not normal here. Bai Yifan and Dr. Kai rush over, trying to figure out what's up. Bai Yifan's body language screams alert mode, while the doctor looks more composed but still curious. And then, boom! Rua is standing, wrapped in bandages, engulfed in golden flames, looking reborn. She's glowing, literally and metaphorically. It's giving Phoenix Rising vibes. The girl just leveled up. Bai Yifan is shook. This ain't just recovery. It's a full-on transformation. Rua steps into the room looking completely transformed. No more bandages, no more scars. She's glowing, literally reborn, and it's giving main character energy. Bai Yifan's squad is shook, and Grandpa Kai is low-key emotional. Bai Yifan hits her with the classic, "You look more beautiful than before" line, and Rua is just melting. She's blushing, leaning in. Her heart is in shambles from this one compliment. Meanwhile, Bai Yifan stays cool and collected like he didn't just drop a game-breaking line. Scene shifts. Serious business now. Spiritual energy in the air, arcane vibes going crazy. Something big is happening, and Bai Yifan is at the center of it. Whatever this new power is, it's about to shake the world. Bai Yifan goes full boss mode. He's not just about revenge. He's planning for the future. Calls for the best martial arts techniques and demands a top-tier training spot. Man's officially on his, "I'm about to become the strongest" arc. Welcome to Bai Yifan's personal grind zone. A secluded mountain estate deep in nature, the perfect place for a training arc. Birds flying, breeze flowing, but make no mistake, this ain't no retreat. It's a battlefield. Bai Yifan is going all in on training and his method. A lineup of mysterious elixirs straight out of a cultivation manual. This is the Get Stronger ASAP menu, and he's about to feast. He knows he's behind and catching up ain't optional. Bro's shirt is off. Muscles flexed, aura ignited. He's chugging these potions like an energy drink addict before finals. No breaks, no hesitation, just straight-up dedication. If there's a shortcut to power, he's sprinting down it. Cue the training montage. Bai Yifan unleashes his blazing yin slash, golden energy swirling around him like he just stepped out of an anime OP. Sweat, power, determination. This is peak. I refuse to be weak energy. Bai Yifan goes full beast mode, launching a rapid-fire barrage of attacks at the trees. Bang, bang, bang. His sword strikes are coming in hot, and the poor trees never stood a chance. This ain't just training. It's a declaration of war against his limits. Zero breaks, zero hesitation. Yifan grabs another bowl of mystical juice, aka Power Boost Elixir, and chugs it like a college student downing coffee before finals. The grind never stops. And just like that, he's back at it. Boom, boom. His blazing yin slash carves through the air with pure, "I refuse to be weak" energy. But nah, he ain't satisfied yet. He knows he's still not strong enough. Bai Yifan is locked in, laser-focused, sweating bullets as he swings his sword like his life depends on it. Because it kinda does. He's giving peak, "This isn't even my final form" energy, but still not satisfied. Dude's out here trying to grind his way to greatness. No shortcuts. Dr. Kai, the wise old man who's seen too much, watches in absolute disbelief. He's like, how many techniques has this dude learned already? Does he even need sleep? And then he drops the real bomb. Wait, is this guy out here drinking demon beast blood like it's Gatorade? Wild. Miss Nolan, staying mysterious and cool as always, side-eyes the old man like, "Bro, maybe stay in your lane." She's seen enough of Bai Yifan's insane training arc to not even question it anymore. At this point, nothing surprises her. Montage time. Bai Yifan is deep in grind mode, running through sword techniques like he's unlocking new DLC moves. First, it's the 3 Rain Sword Descent, then switches up to Silver Moon Slash. Because why stick to one style when you can flex with two? The morning sun hits different as the air crackles with intensity. The place is literally radiating power from his relentless training. Man's been at it all night. Boom, final push. Bai Yifan is sweaty, out of breath, but refusing to slow down. The dude is locked in. His body is on fire, but in a good way. He's about to hit a level up. The big moment. A huge shockwave erupts, sending energy rippling through the forest. Trees, vaporized, ground, absolutely wrecked. Bai Yifan laughs like a final boss, knowing he just hit a breakthrough. Absolute beast mode activated. Absolute flex alert. Bai Yifan just unlocked Super Saiyan mode, standing there with golden energy flames roaring around him. Dude's glowing up, literally. He's just smashed through to the blood transfusion realm, leveling up like a main protagonist should. Squad pulls up. Miss Nalin arrives, bringing her entourage, and she's low-key impressed. Bai Yifan really speedran this power-up, and the crowd can't help but respect the grind. Confidence through the roof. Bai Yifan looks at Miss Nalin like he knows he's that guy now. She praises his insane training speed, but he barely reacts, because he's already thinking ahead. Game time. Yifan straight up tells her he's making his move soon. No hesitation, no doubts. He's locked in for revenge. Miss Nalin listens, but you can tell she's thinking, oh, it's about to go down. Serious mode activated. Bai Yifan's got that I might not make it back energy, giving out last-minute instructions like he's heading into a final boss battle. He's telling Miss Nalin to evacuate his people if things go south. This ain't a drill, Miss Nalin interrupts. She's not trying to hear that goodbye forever speech. Instead, she's holding something out like, hold up, take this first. Mystery box moment. She insists Bai Yifan accepts her gift before running off to war. Suspicion kicks in. Bai Yifan's like, what kind of gift is this? He opens the box and surprise, it's glowing. Talisman reveal. Miss Nalin explains this ain't just any random trinket. It's a savage talisman, boosting martial artists' strength while also providing defensive capabilities against heavy attacks. Basically, a cheat code for the fight. Time limit alert. These power-ups only last half an incense stick. So if Yifan's planning to use them, he better make it count. You can tell she's really invested in his survival. Weapon upgrade unlocked. The dude hands over a legendary sword called the Shark Slashing Sword, one of the top 10 swords in the Yan dynasty. And get this. It's got auto-protection features, basically premium plot armor. VIP treatment. Miss Nalin flexes that exclusive access, saying she went the extra mile to transfer this bad boy from another pavilion. She's making sure Bai Yifan is fully stacked for war. Bai Yifan being honorable. He's ready to drop some serious cash to pay for all these upgrades. But we all know good connections are worth more than money. Miss Nalin refuses the payment. She's like, nah, keep your money. This is on me. Why? Because Bai Yifan is literally risking his life to avenge the people of the Mu family village. She respects his cause, so she's got his back. No charge. Miss Nalin's sending Bai Yifan off with a heartfelt farewell. She's basically like, go do your thing, win big, and come back alive. Her trust and faith in him are at max level. Bai Yifan being a Chad, he turns back dramatically, soaking in the moment. He's grateful and promises, I won't forget this. Man's locked in, ready for his revenge arc. New location unlocked. Lin family mansion. The final boss's HQ. He's finally pulling up to settle the score. Guards are posted, the tension is rising, and we all know some serious hands are about to be thrown. Bai Yifan enters the chat. The camera zooms in on his drip-check boots, setting the stage for the ultimate showdown. He's standing in front of the Lin family mansion, ready to throw hands. It's about to go down. Guards immediately on alert. They see this random dude in red walking in like he owns the place. Who TF is this guy? They try to check him, but we all know they're just NPCs in his story. And just like that, Yifan doesn't even let them finish their sentence. Straight up claps them. 1/2 bodies dropped. These guards weren't even a warm-up. The Lin family HQ security? Absolute joke. More guards get sent flying. Yifan is moving like a beast, cutting through them like a hot knife through butter. Blood is in the air, swords are clashing, and the revenge arc is officially in full swing. Cue the villain monologue moment. Bai Yifan is fully locked in. His expression? Pure menace. His aura? Main character energy at 100%. Background's all red, meaning someone's about to get deleted. Me? This dude isn't just here to fight. He's here to send people straight to the afterlife. No mercy, no hesitation, just straight execution mode. The way he says it? Cold as hell. Bodies already on the ground. My guy didn't even break a sweat. Swords are still in the air. Enemies are mid-fall. And he's already walking forward like a final boss. At this point, revenge is inevitable. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our next exciting recap. New videos will drop.